I've decided that I'm never going to pay back my student loans, and this is how I'm going to finesse them.
I'm literally so stressed out. My student loans affected my credit officially, started today.
In case you're having a bad day, my student loan payment has increased to $1,137.
I don't think healthcare professionals should pay student loans.
All right, so we got to talk. There's just some people that run it for everybody, and these are those. The ones that just not going to pay it back. They're just not going to pay the student loans back. And they're bragging about it. They're on TikTok. They're all talking about 99 different ways from Sunday to not pay back their student loans. And by saying this stuff, they're really running for the rest of them not trying to pay back their student loans, because sooner or later, they're going to change the rules. Let's get into this.
I've decided that I'm never going to pay back my student loans, and this is how I'm going to finesse them. I'm currently getting a doctoral degree, and I'll be milking those student loan refund checks throughout the process, while, of course, doing the work authentically. However, upon graduation in about 2.5 years, I'm going to continue to go to college for the rest of my life. This isn't a new secret. However, I'm going to pay out of pocket 2 classes a semester, 6 credits in a degree-seeking program, at least 2 semesters a year. That'll be about $2,000 max, including books. And then I'll get a lifetime learner's credit of $1,000 on my tax return. So my net payment is only $1,000. And I will continue to get associate's degrees. And just, keep learning.
I'm literally so stressed out. My student loans affected my credit officially, started today. I just can't believe it actually happened. I didn't think they were being for real about the student loans. I thought I had more time, but I guess not. I literally don't know a single person that's been making payments. I have so much debt, in general, when you don't even include the student loans. So I'm just feeling a little stressed. But I'm trying to take deep breaths, and I'm gardening right now. I'm trying to freaking calm down and just it's fine. Everything's gonna be fine. Just need to make more money is really the only answer. I just need more money. I know I'm accountable for my loans, but God, I just thought we were all collectively not paying, and I was kind of just going along with that, but now it's coming down on us all. And luckily I just bought a car. Before my credit score tanked 100 points, luckily I just bought a car. It just feels so bad to be in so much debt and just feel like I can't buy a house anytime soon. I can't have all the things that I want, until I figure all this debt out first. And I know there's light at the end of the tunnel, but dude, when does it end? I'm already struggling without the debt, and then you add the debt on top of it, and I'm just literally drowning. Oh man. But I am moving home away from California, so that will definitely help just take down my expenses by a lot. And I can still make money online back home, but I'm just feeling so stressed right now, to be honest. I don't get stressed out very often. I'm usually really good at just letting things be and just...
So what do you think? On one end, we got some that are just not going to pay it. They're just strategically plotting a way to never pay it. On the other hand, you've got the ones that are man, I'm trying to pay it back, but I'll never be able to pay it back. And then you've got the ones that got degrees just to go to college that are completely worthless. It's a very interesting scenario. Very interesting.
In case you're having a bad day, my student loan payment has increased to $1,137, but I'm going to explain why this is actually a good thing. Do I love that my student loan payment is more than some people's mortgage? No. The reason why this is a good thing is because most of my student loan debt is under my mother's name for a Parent Plus loan, but my mom works as a nurse for a qualified employer of the Public Servant Loan Forgiveness Program. In order for the loan to continue to qualify for Public Servant Loan Forgiveness, they required us last summer to consolidate the loan and to go under a new income-driven repayment plan. We submitted for this last July, and it just now, almost 1 year later, has gone through. I knew with this happening, it was going to increase my student loan payment. So my student loan payment used to be $915, which is still insane. And now it's going to be $1,137, which is more insane. I'm sure people ask all the time, it's literally for a pastry arts degree. I'm literally paying $1,100 a month for a culinary school degree. But
Hold up. You're paying that much for that degree? How much does somebody in that field make? A mortgage payment. for that degree. Go into the trades, everybody. Go be a real estate agent or something, because the amount of money people are paying for these bullcrap degrees and then defrauding everybody to pay for it, this needs regulation. This needs some type of appraiser before getting the loan to see if these doggone degrees are worth it, because some of these are this is crazy.
But tell me culinary school is not a scam. Okay. Our payment count is currently at 100 payments, and you need 120 payments to qualify for the public servant loan forgiveness. So we are less than 2 years away of making payments to get the student loan forgiveness. I will gladly pay $1,100 a month for the next 1.5 to 2 years if it means that it's going to get us to cross the finish line for the student loans to get forgiven. I'm just trying to find a positive in a mess that's very negative. If you have any questions about the public servant loan forgiveness program, put it in the comment section, and maybe other people who've gone through PSLF can help, or I could try.
Okay, here's my opinion on this. If you're getting a degree that requires you to get some type of subsidy to pay for the degree, it's just not in the cards. You're getting the wrong degree. If you have to have the federal government have a program to pay or help pay for that degree, and you can't make it back out as a return on your education, you're getting the wrong degree. And if you're a professor out there and you're creating these programs and then requiring students to go into debt for this stuff, shame on you. There's a lot of things here that need to change. One, the cost of college has gone up so much because they also know that the student loans are backed by the government and they're non-bankruptable. Never, ever, 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 ever go into non-bankruptable debt for something. And now that they can take your Social Security, they can garnish your wages, they can do all these things, and it's non-bankruptable. For these bullcrap degrees, okay, we all know that these degrees are worthless. Other than a block check, I mean, there's a handful of degrees that are worth it. Engineering, medical, biology, going into the legal world, business, things like that, finance. And we also have made it to where to be a teacher, you have to have so many block checks that there's no way these teachers are going to make enough to pay for their degree. This whole situation is completely messed up. And now people are just quitting and saying, you know what, I'm not going to pay for it. And now what? Because one of the largest assets of the federal government is student loans. They're going to get their money back. So we've got to start advising these young people differently, that maybe college is not the way to go. There are other ways to make money. And like I've said in many of my student loan videos, I know many millionaires that never went to college. They went into the trades, or they learned concrete or roofing or construction, or they learned electricity, or they learned a lot of things other than getting an art degree. And now if you're a fantastic artist and you have the ability to make money, like you're going to be a YouTuber and you're just that gifted, cool, go for it. Or you went to the GI Bill and you need to use it and get an art degree, cool, go for it. But don't go into hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt for learning to cook or an art degree.
The big beautiful bill passed the House and is now off to the Senate. Here's what it would mean for your student loans. Number one, it would eliminate subsidized loans entirely for new borrowers after July 1st, 2026. Subsidized loans are offered to undergrads with demonstrated financial need, where interest will not accrue if the student is enrolled in at least half time during a grace period or during deferment periods. If this passes, interest will accrue from day one during your entire time at college. Number two, it increases the Pell Grant requirements from 12 to 15 credits per semester. Pell Grants are offered to low-income students who often also have to work while enrolled full-time in school. So increasing their course load in order to receive a Pell Grant is going to put them in a really tough position. It's almost like they don't want low-income Americans to be educated. Number three, it creates caps for federal borrowing. $50K for undergrad, $100K for grad, and then $150K for professional programs. Caps on federal borrowing doesn't reduce the amount of loans that are needed. It just pushes people into more private loans that have much higher interest rates and no protections. Number four, every payment plan, including SAVE, will be eliminated except for two: the standard repayment plan and the repayment assistance plan. And loan forgiveness under the repayment assistance plan is increased from 20 to 25 years to 30 years. And number five, it gets rid of the current rules that allow borrowers to temporarily pause payments due to unemployment or economic hardship. These changes disproportionately impact low-income Americans and increase the financial risk of going to college. Call your senators and urge them to oppose the big beautiful bill. And for those in the House that passed this, keep an eye out if they're up for re-election, because these people need to be held accountable.
If I could say anything about college, you go in-state, go to the local community college, pay in cash, work your way through, look for some type of grant, look for some type of, I mean, most states have a academic tuition scholarship. Like state of Florida has one. You make a 3.0 in high school, they pay 75% of your tuition. Georgia has the same thing. Many of these states with lotteries, same thing. Military, public service, or some of like Taco Bell, some of these fast food restaurants have a path to them paying for your student loans. I actually, I think, showed one on one of my videos where the girl worked at Taco Bell for 4 years and they paid for all of her college. I mean, there's many things out there. I know Navy Federal does it. I know some of the banks do it. I know, National Guard, there's the Air Force, there's the Coast Guard. There's so many things out there that will pay for your college that if you search for it, you will find a way for paying for it. And there's always something out there. And if not, trade schools are great. And if not, go into something that you can learn on the fly. I mean, there's so many things out there. Getting a BA in something nobody's heard of from a college that nobody's heard of and paying $100,000 for it. I had a friend, she was in the Army with me. She was in the Army to pay off her student loans, and she had paid $80,000 for a degree from an all-women's school that nobody had ever heard of, and it was a private school. And I'm like, why did you spend $80,000 for a degree from a school that nobody's heard of? I mean, if you're going to spend that kind of money, go to a serious school, like a school of business, Alabama or Wharton or Georgetown or something somebody's heard of if you're going to pay for it. Because there you're going for the network. You're not going for the education. It's the people you'll meet there.
I don't think healthcare professionals should pay student loans. I'm going to die on that hill. We are people who did things right. Most of us are type A. We don't have a lot of other debt. We said no to a lot of parties. We sacrificed a ton of stuff to get where we are. We said yes to 3 a.m. study sessions, studying our asses off to help other people. And then you're going to tell me that in order to do that, in order to exist in a profession where I have to help other people or want to help other people, which is why I got into it, I have to pay $200,000+ with an 8% compounding interest rate daily that my decent, amazing salary barely chips away at. And I got to ask permission to my student loans if I can build a house, start a family, or go on vacation. It pisses me off. It's crazy. Like, the only stress I have in my life right now, which is a lot, is because of my student loans. I wake up and I'm like, shit, I don't even want to look. Shit, did I put enough in this month? That's not fair. Let us live. Let us breathe for a minute. It's been years of sacrifice to help your mother, to help your grandmother, to help your dog. And what? At least take away the interest. Is anyone listening?
So what do y'all think about this one? Comment down below. Yes, no. Should healthcare professionals not have to pay back their student loans? Here's my thoughts on it. There are a lot of healthcare professionals that make a lot of money, like way more money than I've probably ever made. And a lot of times they go into private practice. They stay in a hospital for, a certain amount of time. Then they go into private practice, start their own private practice, start making a lot of money. Some physicians make a lot of money, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 a year. Yeah, some of them up front, they got hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of student loans. But they also have an accelerated payment scale, but also they have lifestyle creep in there too. Many physicians, their peers have big houses, so they should have big houses. And banks will give you big loans as a physician to pay for a house because they know you're a physician. And then I also know a lot of them that also have $300,000 or $400,000 in student loans and the big house. And I'm just saying, if all of us are sacrificing, maybe you should too. There are many programs in the DoD, the military, Army, Navy, Air Force that will pay for your student loans. They do have direct commissioning sources where you go in at a higher rank, captain, major, you're getting accelerated pay to be there. You're getting surgeon's pay, or you're getting, corpsman pay or flight pay on top of specialty pay. I know many people that went in the military to pay for their healthcare degrees. The nurse corps in the Army is huge. I had a friend that was in the nurse corps. I had a friend that was a neurologist on Fort Hood. She went in as a major, loved it, did 8 years. They paid for all of her college, all of her medical college. I don't know. I'm torn with that one because there is the ability to make a lot of money. Now, if you were at maybe you worked at the city hospital and you were in public service, yeah, maybe there's a program to pay it back. you know, or they put you through and you do X amount of service back, just like how I think the state attorney's office does it with lawyers. That's where I could get on board with it. To go into some of these specialty areas and then make a ton of money, I don't think so. What do y'all think? Comments down below.
Me entering my final stage of full-blown crash out. I'm literally crashing out. I was so excited for tonight. Oh my God, I'm so worked up. I was gonna get dressed up. I mean, I still am. I'm definitely getting a martini now. Last week, I fucking student loans last month, I set up auto pay because I don't want to forget. I don't like being late. You could never get on the phone with these stupid student loan people. And I log on today because I have to get my tax documents. Life never ends. I'm like, oh my God, it says my payment's late. And I'm like, how does that even make sense? I set up auto pay last month with my card and my bank and all the stupid information. And then I call them today and they're like, it's going to be a 3-hour and 50-minute wait time. And then I'm trying to have dad help me. And I'm like, what did you guys have me set up auto pay for that if my payments are now late? And I'm like, I'm not crashing out over Mohila. You're ugly. I don't have time for this. I'm crying over a stupid student loan.
You know, I feel for her. So I feel heavy for her. My heart's heavy for her. And I featured her before on my videos. You know, when you take out debt, you are a slave to the lender. You are a slave in every merit of your life to the lender. You're a slave in your emotions, your peace of mind, financially, and you have to go to work every day to pay that person back. And when you take out debt on anything, whether it's a house, credit cards, whether it's student loans, the reason why the student loan is so dangerous is it's backed by your labor. It's non-bankruptable. You can't escape it. And your peace of mind is tied to that loan. And that's what we're seeing there. Be very careful with debt because you can't get away from it. It will follow you emotionally no matter where you go. And this is the prime example of it. Wish her well.
Yeah, man, I got a question, and I'm laughing, but very serious. Are we still caring about credit scores? Are we still caring about credit scores? I'm trying to ascertain. What you need a credit score for anyway? To buy a house? Buy a car? I bought a house a couple years ago. I ain't finna buy down nothing. They gonna find my remains in this house. You see what I'm saying? And if this car give out, I'm gonna push my feet through the floorboard. Fred Flintstone is. So I'm just trying to figure out these student loans. However, it's above me now. Hey, it's above me now because I'm also tired of being the only one paying taxes around this house. Billionaires ain't paying nothing. They taxing the hell out of my little check. Listen, I got to get it back in blood somehow, some way. Somehow, some way. Somehow, some way. This got to even out. So if I got to pay taxes, these little debts, I'm liable to run up a tab and leave this. You know what I'm saying?
I featured him on my video today, earlier. And I thought it was prudent to put it back in here because he mentioned student loans. It makes me really mad to watch people laugh like that. Like, I wanted to go to a nice business school or law school. I wanted to do these things, but I didn't want to incur the debt. And then for somebody to just not pay for it, laugh about it, get away with it, like you know, nothing's ever going to happen. All of us that worked hard, paid for our college the hard way. It's like a slap in the face. What do y'all think? Comments down below. Am I right? Am I wrong? I just think it's not fair for people to just skip out on this debt and think somebody's going to wish it away. When Samantha had to pay her student loans back, you know, I had to pay my way through college. Like, that really hurts me to watch somebody just laughing in our face, like the entitlement, you know, the entitlement in the voice it really gets me.
Okay, so I owe $303,000 for student loans. The average interest rate is 6%. Interest that had accrued before COVID was already $26,000. So I'm gonna go through things that I could buy for $300K instead of student loans. Okay, I could buy this Maserati for $309. That's pretty much breaking even. I could also get this Birkin bag. It's a little bit over at $325,000, but I could make it work. There's also this really intense shredder for $300K that you could be useful. Could also go on a yacht vacation for 2 weeks, coming in at roughly like 200K euro, and then I gotta tip the staff, you know. I could also live in Indiana and have a nice 3-bedroom home instead of paying my loans. It also now costs $300K to raise a kid, so should I just have one instead of two? And a rhino horn costs $300K, which apparently cures cancer, so now I'm really screwed.
I would love to know what kind of degree she got for $300,000. I mean, 4-year degree in some places $100,000 now. I mean, I hope it's some kind of high level master's or, you know, being a doctor or a lawyer. But that is true. You are basically sacrificing a house paid for your degree. Better hope you're making a lot of money with that degree. I mean, I know a lot of people that if you paid for your house straight up when you're, you know, 25, 26, 27 years old, and you just got an average job and a car you paid cash for, life's easy. You retire pretty early. My friend the other day, he could have paid his house off, and I was like, congratulations, you can retire. And they're like, what do you mean? I can't retire. I was like, no. You have no debt now. You work when you want to. You could take a part-time job, pay your taxes, your basic utilities, and be a dad, you know, hang out with your kid, you know, work, not work. He had a license where he could just work when he wanted to. You see patients or clients on the side and just do the amount of work he needs to get by, more than enough. Paid for house, paid for car, no debt. You can do that. You are slave to nobody. You are not slave to the lender. And like for me, no debt whatsoever. Work when I want to work. Don't have to work. It's great to be able to hang out with your kid and say, you know what, I'm taking the day off. You can do that when you're not slave to the employer, slave to the paycheck, or owe your labor to the federal government to pay them back. Think about these things.
Okay, I actually need TikTok to vent for a second. If you're a lawyer or anyone really who has graduate student loans and like didn't have any help when they went to law school or medical school and all that, how are you guys feeling right now? Because I feel like my entire life I've done everything right, per se. Like I've went to college, I went to law school, I worked my ass off. I'm still working my ass off, and honestly, part of me is like, why did I do this to myself, you know? But with all of that, I have student loans, and in order to pay them off and not have an insane amount of interest, you have to pay a shit ton off a month, right? But in this economy and with the types of jobs available, it's like hard to do both, you know? It's almost as if, should I just for the next 20 years not buy a home, not have a family, and pay off my student loans? Or should I live my life, pay off what I can, be a mom, have kids, get a house, and obviously over time I'm gonna have to pay a hell of a lot more? I don't even know. And then there's the whole, I used to have like a payment plan, but now all of that's paused because of the new administration. No one really knows what's going on. It just kind of feels like a mess. And I don't know, like I just feel like there's no winning in life. Like there's no winning. I am like very pessimistic and depressed right now, honestly. If anyone else is going through this, let me know your thoughts, because I like need to talk to people about this.
Army JAG Corps taker, for sure. I mean, should be in there in 2 months. Navy JAG Corps taker. If you got a law degree, something like that, you have something you can sell. Do your 4, get done with it. Congratulations, you got some benefits. Some of these, I just think they don't want to do it. And like with Samantha, when we paid off her student loans, we flipped the house. When we wanted to pay off her car, we flipped the house. We literally were painting and driving nails and crawling under houses on the weekends, making 99 trips to Home Depot and Lowe's. You can see it here on this channel to pay for the student loans. Got it. Not everybody can do that. But there is a skill set that you can learn 9 to 2 in the morning or Friday through Sunday when you're not working. I get it. Not everybody can do that, but if you want to, you can do that. And I know I'm gonna get a lot of flack for saying that, but that's how I did these things. I didn't incur debt. I went in the military. I paid cash for everything. I kept my debt down. I learned skills outside of the thing I went to school for that allowed you to hopscotch money. Buying houses, flipping houses, wholesaling houses, selling houses. Things that allowed me to make a lot of money accelerated outside of my core competency. And if I was an attorney, I would learn how to flip contracts. I would learn how to do these things like that. But you can't try to stay in a job. And everybody makes fun of somebody saying, oh, do you have a real job? Well, the thing about a real job is it doesn't allow you to accelerate your income. Okay, you are going to make X amount of money for your time no matter what. Now, you have to figure out something else outside of that to take you to the next level. A lot of my friends that were military or are in the military, they learned how to do real estate from their job, from what they were making in their job. They took their W-2, they financed a rental house, they worked on it on the weekends, and then they either rented it or sold it, and then they did it again. They took their W-2 income, they financed another house, they renovated it, put a renter in it, refinanced it out, or they just flipped it and went to the next one and the next one and the next one and the next one. I know many military guys, and I'm just using this as an example of those doing a W-2. Whatever your W-2 is, go for it. I know guys that have done multiplexes like that, fourplexes, sixplexes. I know guys that JV deals together and they did entire shopping malls. I got a buddy that wholesaled a shopping mall, a shopping district of I think it was 15 storefronts, and made $150,000 flipping the contract. Okay, we're talking about wholesaling here. There are ways out there to do this kind of stuff, and there are ways that you have to go above and beyond and learn something else, plus your job, to get these student loans paid for. $30,000 in student loans, that's 2 wholesale contracts. These things can be done. You just got to work hard at it. You got to learn something new. Start a side business in your side bedroom. My mother-in-law started an embroidery business in her spare time. Whether it's selling at the flea market or flipping stuff on eBay or whatever that can take the minimum amount of time in your spare time to get a return. I know guys that scrap. I know guys that do all kinds of stuff. I know guys that do dump trailer hustles. I know guys that do all kinds of stuff, and I know a lot of people say, well, I can never do that. Yeah, you can come up with something. You know, we're in the day of digital entrepreneurship where it has never been easier to start a business, and you gotta just think outside of the box. I mean, heck, look what I'm doing right here on a free app that's free to upload to. But that's all I got, everybody. Comment down below what you think. Should these people pay their student loans back, or should they not? Let's argue about it. Discourse is where we get new ideas and where the left and right come up with how to solve this problem. Because these problems have got to be solved no matter if you like me or whoever or not. They have to be solved, and maybe there's a politician watching this video that maybe knows how to figure this out from the comments that we're going to argue with each other about. But that's all I got. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment down below. I'll see you guys in the next one. And if you happen to be buying real estate on the Gulf Coast of Florida or Alabama, I'd be happy to help you. My email is down below. And if you're looking to buy anywhere in the country, I can help you do that too. I'll see you guys in the next video.